on?
Yep. You're live.
All right, let me just pull up the chat on this end too. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Dylan Federico here in the Fox 4 Weather Center. We've had a very busy day here in North Texas. We had another round of strong to severe storms move through this morning. And we had some particularly strong ones, especially south and east of the Metroplex, including a possible tornado in Jewett, Texas. We've gotten some pictures in of that damage, along with the hail that we saw earlier today. And we'll show you those in just a second. A couple of other things. We'll go through what to expect the rest of today, and also those rain chances for the rest of the work week as well, possibly into Saturday as well. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it. We got a lot of pictures of the hail from this morning. And by the way, if you have any hail pictures or any damage reports you want to send our way, you can send those to our email at Fox4, or you can DM us as well. All right, here's the first picture. We got quarter-sized hail this morning. This was over in Lake Highlands from Denise. And we got a lot of pictures like that this morning of pocket-change hail across the area. Fortunately, didn't see anything larger than that, but still causing a lot of problems across the area. Here's another picture. This is from TJ and Garland, marble-sized hail. And once again, this kind of fit the general theme of what we saw this morning as these storms moved through the Metroplex. Pocket change sized hail. Nothing really too much larger than that. And also 1.2, these storms had a lot of wind with them, knocking out some power. At one point, we had up to 23,000 customers without power here in North Texas, 12,000 of those in Tarrant County. So a lot of outages this morning with those winds as well. But by far the strongest storm today appears to be down to our south east over in Jewett, Texas, where there is some possible tornado damage. Now, we got a bunch of pictures from our Fox 4 storm chaser, Aaron Estman, but just looking at the National Weather Service chat, I'm seeing a lot of other pictures of damage coming in. So this town looks like it got hit hard, and just based on what I'm seeing right now, the National Weather Service will almost certainly send a team down there to investigate that damage either later today or tomorrow, just depending on how they're staffed. So let's go through some of these pictures. We'll just call it possible tornado damage. We did have a tornado warning down there earlier this afternoon. So in this picture, you can see what looks like a brick building, damaged pretty seriously. You can see the bricks falling on that vehicle next to it. Also see some metal structures there twisted up from the wind. So whether this was a tornado or straight line wind damage, it was very powerful, and you can see that in that picture. But there's plenty more. This is another picture from our chaser, Aaron Estman, down in Jewett. And apparently, this is a common sight down there. I'm looking at the National Weather Service chat right now, and we have reports that the town is torn up. So if you have any pictures, please send them in our way, and we'll get those credited for you. And of course, that information is very valuable. So here's another picture, though. You can see a tree clearly snapped. So very strong winds with this as it pushed through this morning and into this afternoon. Another picture, much of the same down there. And apparently this is a common sight down there. Lots of wind damage. You can see a large branch on the ground, likely blown from the other side of the yard there. Some roof damage as well. If you look closely under the banner, some shingles missing off that roof as well. So very strong winds, certainly just based on this picture that got sent in. Here's some more from Aaron. Trees snapped in half. And I got to tell you, these are some big trees that got snapped there. I mean, if you've ever been outside after a big storm like that and tried to move those big tree branches on the ground, you just get an idea of how heavy those branches are. Just an idea of how powerful that wind was that snapped those trees. I mean, if you look over on the left side, I mean, this was snapped pretty low to the base, so whether it was tornado damage or regular wind damage. Uh, Certainly very powerful. So I'm curious to see what the National Weather Service finds. But either way, pretty extensive wind damage down there based on these photos. Here's another picture of a house that got damaged. So we see the tree, at least one tree snapped in the yard. And if you look closely too, I did notice some shingles missing off that roof, possibly the garage door getting blown in. It looks like the folks that live there are standing out on the porch. Hopefully they're okay, but this certainly looked like a pretty serious wind event at the bare minimum down there earlier this afternoon in the Jewett area.
Hey Dylan, Stan Henry here. Hey folks, in case you're just new to joining us here, we're going to do these streaming live weathercasts Monday through Friday at 3:30. Roughly goes half an hour from 3:30 to 4. It's going to be a joint effort, so sometimes you'll see Dylan, sometimes you'll see me, sometimes you'll see Allie, and every once in a while you'll see Kylie. And Dylan's been talking for a little while, so I will probably share a few reports here to give him a little bit of a break. So I'm going down the storm reports here. And by and large, this was, there were some gusty winds with this. I didn't really see any wind damage here in North Texas, so for the most part this line of storms behaved itself very well. We did get a lot of reports of hail. Now fortunately most of the hail was pocket change variety. So for instance, Roanoke, Denton County, 1 inch in diameter. That's the size of a quarter. We saw a report of quarter-sized hail in Argyle. That was also this morning 1421 times, so that's probably roughly about 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. In Garland, we saw a report of quarter-sized hail. A little bit bigger, a second report in Garland of half-dollar-sized hail. That appears to be the largest that we saw, half-dollar-sized hail in Murphy, quarter-sized hail in Saxe, and also, let's see, yep, that's pretty much wraps it up for the significant hail. If we did see other hail reports, they were less than that. So dimes, pennies, nickels, that's all below severe criteria. It's got to be a quarter or larger to be considered severe hail force. And the good news is, and Dylan is going to discuss this, the worst is all out here now. In fact, the radar is looking very clear, and so that's going to bode well for us for the remainder of this afternoon as we're heading towards the afternoon rush hour. I came in just a little while ago, and it's still kind of clogged out there in the roadways, but I think within the next hour, the roads are going to get a lot clearer, and it should be smooth sailing from 4:30, 5 o'clock on as we head through the evening hours. So I'm going to go ahead and give the floor back to Dylan for a little bit.
Yeah, thank you, Dan. And yeah, so like Dan was saying, the storms this morning, they meant business. Some pocket change here in the Metroplex, and then some wind damage reports off to our southeast. So we'll see what the Weather Service has to say about that. But as far as the rest of today goes, the severe weather threat is over for us here in North Texas. And the rain, for the most part, is as well. You can see that on radar right now, just a few lingering showers back over towards Sulphur Springs and over towards Tyler. We picked up a lot of rain today. We're still working to get some exact totals from our viewers. And by the way, if you have some rainfall totals, feel free to send them our way. But radar estimating widespread totals of 2 to 3 inches, isolated amounts in that 5 to 6 range. So that obviously caused some flooding problems earlier today. But I will say, just looking at the state of Texas as a whole, while we're done with the severe weather here in North Texas, a potential tornado outbreak possible down in southeastern Texas and southwestern Louisiana later on this afternoon. Storm Prediction Center with that level 3 enhanced risk down there. Hatch tornado risk, by the way, so if you could be on the strong side. With that being said, we do have tornado watches in effect from nearly San Antonio through Houston and back over through Lake Charles and Alexandria and up towards Shreveport and much of eastern Texas as well, through at least 6 o'clock. That'll likely get extended. You can see on radar that squall line from this morning. It has shifted down to southeastern Texas. right now, extending from Bryan up to Shreveport. Do have a tornado warning up by the Shreveport area. We can take a little bit of a closer look at where that is. So yeah, Shreveport getting drilled right now with heavy rain, tornado warned storm, and that's pushing through there right now. If you know any folks over in Shreveport or along the I-20 corridor there in North Louisiana, I'll go ahead and give them a heads up. And then just kind of going down the line, very heavy rain right now, Alto, Wells, and then further down to the southeast into Lovelady, and further down towards the Bryan area as well. Down south into Houston, just some scattered showers at the moment, some heavier storms back over towards the Beaumont area. And by the way, big flood threat with this as it stalls along the I-10 corridor tonight from southern Texas over towards southeastern Louisiana as well. All right, so let's talk about our weather. The rest of today, lots of clouds, a stray shower this evening. Temperatures will hover in the 60s. Otherwise, pretty light winds out the east-northeast at 5 to 10. We'll actually go calm tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if we had some patchy fog late. Otherwise, sunset at 8:14 p.m. tonight. So let's talk about tonight's forecast. The clouds are not going anywhere. And with those light winds, I do think patchy fog is a concern late tonight into tomorrow morning. Could impact that morning commute tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think there could be a few breaks in the clouds during the day, so that may get us back up to around 80 in the afternoon. Otherwise, lots of clouds, an isolated shower or storm possible late in the afternoon or evening. Let's time this out for you on Futurecast. There's 9 o'clock, stray shower possible, but otherwise, lots of clouds tonight, patchy fog, maybe a stray shower, and that'll be the case for tomorrow as well. Coverage going to be pretty low during the day on Wednesday, but with that daytime heating, notice by 3 o'clock, clouds start to break up. That may be enough to help spark up an isolated shower or storm late in the day. So that'll be something that we'll be monitoring, but we're talking 20% or lower coverage for Wednesday. And just breaking down those rain chances a bit more, very low coverage the rest of this week, but not completely going away through Saturday. Notice Thursday, isolated storms once again. I think there's a little bit of a higher chance on Friday. I went ahead and put 30% that day, but for showers, upper level low, sneakily trying to head south, and that may bring some more clouds and a few showers to the area on Friday. And then on Saturday, once again, a few showers are possible, especially for the eastern half of the area. The good news is Mother's Day is looking fantastic. A lot more sun that day, and things are looking dry. So here's your 7-day forecast. 80 degrees tomorrow. Hopefully we see a few breaks in those clouds. 20% chance of a shower or storm. Rain coverage stays pretty low through Saturday, but heading into Mother's Day right now looking dry, and we stay pretty nice through at least the start of next week.
So we got the worst out of the way today. And then, beyond today, as Dylan just said, it's just slight rain and storm chances for the rest of the week. And most importantly, the weekend is looking really nice as well. It's just a slight rain or storm chance on Saturday, and then Mother's Day on Sunday looks really, really nice.
Yeah, and what we'll do too, Dan, is we'll hop on a break for Fox Local for a couple of minutes, and we'll be right back with you guys in just a couple of minutes.